74 people since emerging in China last December. More than 9.6 million cases of COVID-19 have been registered in 196 countries and territories. Of these, at least 4.7 million are considered recovered. The United States is the worst hit country with 122,238 deaths from 2.4 million cases. At least 663,652 people have been declared recovered. After the U.S., the hardest hit countries are Brazil with 54,971 deaths from 1.23 cases, Britain with 43,230 deaths, Italy 34,678 deaths, and France with 29,752 deaths. Europe overall has 195,028 deaths from 2.6 million cases. Asia, 31,827 deaths from nearly 1.2 million cases. Middle East, 14,722 deaths from 695,172 cases. And Africa, 9,034 deaths from 348,202 cases. The United Nations Children Agency warned today that millions of children could be pushed to the brink of starvation as the coronavirus pandemic sweeps across war-torn Yemen amid a huge drop in humanitarian aid funding. This prediction comes in a new UNICEF report, which said the number of malnourished Yemen children could reach 2.4 million by the end of the year. Yemen's poor healthcare infrastructure is unprepared to battle the coronavirus pandemic after 5 years of war with Houthis rebels. Yemen has officially recorded more than 1,000 cases of COVID-19, the illness caused by the coronavirus, including 275 deaths. The UNICEF also warned that unless $54.5 million are disbursed for health and nutrition aid by the end of August, more than 23,000 children would be at increased risk of dying because of acute malnutrition. It also said that 5 million others under the age of 5 will not have access to vaccines against deadly diseases. German Deputy Finance Minister Georg Kukes said today that finalizing the European Union's package of measures to help the economy recover from the COVID-19 pandemic is a massive priority for Germany's presidency of the European Union. The European Union leaders agreed in April to build a €1 trillion emergency fund to help the 27-nation bloc rebound from the pandemic, but the final details have yet to be agreed. He said it is not possible to sugarcoat the severity of the economic crisis being faced by Europe, and things could get worse before they get better. Germany will drive the bloc's agenda over the next 6 months, and Kukes said that in financial services there was a need for a harmonized approach to anti-money laundering moves. The decision of the COVID-19 Supreme Committee and the advice of the Ministry of Health in precautionary measure is seen to be well implemented by people seen in public places at various times that I have visited. Let us hope that these efforts do contribute in reducing the spread of coronavirus. More details in the following report. Use of masks to cover mouth and nose together with physical distancing assist in reducing the spread of COVID-19.
Wear masks for your safety, my safety, and safety all of us.
Here in the Sultanate, following the decision taken by the Supreme Committee on preventing COVID-19, people are seen in every public area wearing the face masks and are practicing social distancing in order to prevent the spread of coronavirus.
Yeah, we are truly committed to the higher committee decision. Therefore, the mask is truly and necessarily for our protection and the protection of the society as well.
It's worth mentioning that significant portion of people with coronavirus lack symptoms, asymptomatic, and even those who eventually develop symptoms pre-symptomatic can transmit the virus to others before showing symptoms. This means that the virus can spread between people interacting with close proximity through speaking, coughing, or sneezing, even if those people do not exhibiting symptoms.
The mask when we are out of our house is the most important thing to prevent infection to spread from one person to another, because we know that people who have no symptoms or very few symptoms can still spread the virus. So if you are infected and you are coughing, the virus stays inside your mask and you will not pass the virus to any other person. And that's why the face mask when you are out is so important to prevent spread between persons.
In light of this condition, wearing of masks covering mouth and nose, along with other precautionary measures, are of great importance.
To stay safe and healthy, remember to practice physical distance of at least 2 meters from one another. So do that all the time, and may God protect all of us.
It is necessary to follow preventive steps in every places, such as using of elevators. One has to stick to the precautionary measures as seen here and make sure that number of people are less or none to guarantee physical distance from one another. By adhering to these instructions, it will assist you and all in preventing from contracting the COVID-19. Remember, to safeguard your health is safeguarding everyone's health. So, dear citizens and residents, maintain preventive measures. Keep wearing masks in public, have that physical distance, and keep washing your hands to stay healthy. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, I'm Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubai. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman Television, and yet to come in our news bulletin. The Wilaya of Samail in the Governorate of Al-Dakhiliya is famous of an architectural lane which called Al-Habib. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Oman oil price August delivery reached today $42.49 per barrel, increasing by $1.20 compared to yesterday's price, with reached $41.29. The average price of Oman oil July delivery reached $33.68 per barrel. Greenhouses are one of the agricultural methods that had contributed to the prosperity of our agricultural sector in the Sultanate of Oman. This method produced good crops in terms of quantity and quality in the Governorate of Al-Dhahira. They started to use this technology in cultivating vegetables, and they have plans to use it for fruits in the near future. People in charge of these farms in the Governorate said that this technology produces 3 times in terms of quantity compared to the traditional method with high quality. They said that it also enables them to cultivate various crops of vegetables and provide the Omani market with its needs of vegetables. Greenhouses also help in rationalizing the use of water in agriculture. Hothua Village in the Wilaya of Hadha is famous of farms and various plantations due to the abundance of water coming from its overflowing foliage and heavy rains that fall in various periods of the year. The village is enjoying various services such as electricity, telecommunications, roads and other basic services. A paved road was constructed in the middle of the village's plantations. Its people cultivate date palm, banana, mango and other crops, which is irrigated by the village's overflowing foliage. The place is full of natural beauty and the essence of Omani heritage, reflecting in the village's old towers and buildings. Now, Habib Old Lane in the Wilayah of Samail in the Dakhiliya Governorate is distinguished by its location among palm trees. Saleh has all the details that we can follow it.
Habib Old Lane in Hothua Village in the Wilayah of Samail is one of the most ancient Omani lanes. This lane has a distinctive architectural style and a scenic nature. Let us discover the charms of this beautiful lane. At the first glance, looking at this magnificent view, one would imagine that this is a rare pearl in the middle of a green meadow. It is indeed Habib Old Lane, the oldest lane in Hothua Village in the Wilayah of Samail. It was called Habib, meaning the barrier fence, due to its location amid an oasis of palm trees, as it was also surrounded by a wall that has 4 gates.
Habib is an ancient old lane dating to nearly 400 years or more. It has a mosque, a well, and a commercial center that people from the nearby villages used to visit.
Despite being small, Habib Old Lane was an ancient center for Hothua Village and a hub for those coming from the neighboring villages, either to rest or to purchase the various goods produced within the lane, such as fruits, palm frond products, or the goods that merchants brought from Matrah.
My father used to have a big shop here. He used to get items from Matrah, sell them in his shop here, and people from the neighboring villages used to shop here.
Urban development has influenced the styles of the old houses, which were built from mud and palm leaves. However, the people of Habib maintained some of the archaeological features here, especially the mosque, the well, the 4 gates, the Shua oven, and the Village.
Habib Old Lane used to have mud houses. There were more than number of houses nowadays. There were about 60 houses made of palm fronds. Some of them were also tents. Now the number is less due to urban development.
Hospitality of the Omani people is clearly seen and felt when visiting Habib Old Lane, as the residents here have allocated an agricultural piece of land for the visitors, and they named it Guest's Yard. Besides, fruit crops and other palm tree products of this old lane have also been devoted for the religious and social occasions. صالح بن خلفان الرحبي, Wilayah of Samail, الداخلية Governorate.
Indeed, Habib, the beautiful place, old lane surrounded with palm trees there. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Ministry of Health announces 1,132 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 and 962 recoveries. And the United Nations warns a lack of humanitarian aid in Yemen. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Thank you for joining us and good night.